Roger, runway 7, the wind is 230 at 5, cleared for takeoff. Minimum one's clear for takeoff, we're going to stay on this frequency.
Welcome back to SMKR. Up next is the Revell Germany F-4F Phantom Farewell 172nd kit. Just the art on the front of this model kit is what drew my attention, besides seeing some photographs on the internet of this airplane. This kit actually commemorates 40 years of service with the F-4, and this particular bird that's being featured in this kit was actually the first F-4 Phantom that the Germans acquired from the US to build their fleet. And this bird does represent 3701. Let's get a little quick look at the box. Typical Revell Germany boxing, which it's got the side opening. There's no actual pictures of the model itself, just pictures of the real aircraft on here. It does give you some color callouts. Turn it to the side. It is a skill level 3 kit. Once again, the same art. And then they do give you some history in different languages on the other side. This is a Revell Germany kit, or what they call Revell AG, and in the back just shows you some of the other kits that are available out there from Revell Germany. The Grizzly, that is such a cool kit. It's a knockoff of the C-17 but with turboprop engines, so it's very cool. Okay, I'll go ahead and open this up, and then we'll get a closer look at the plastic. Alright, typical instructions for Revell kits is little booklet type instructions, and of course decal placement on the back. Going through this, it does give you some safety tips in different languages, German and English, and a little insert here with some other safety tips that weren't included. They include that in with it. Different equipment, different tools, stuff you'll need to assemble. What's actually located on all the sprues and the numbering of the sprues themselves, showing you what parts, the sprue trees themselves, and what parts that are grayed out, which appears to be the horizontal stabilizers in the back. Those are the ones that aren't used. And starts off typically with the cockpit, and working your way to the landing gear, putting the front half of the fuselage together, the back half of the fuselage together with the engine intakes, the bottom of the wing, cutting out any holes if necessary, if you're going to put on any armament stores, gluing the top portion of the wings, the front fuselage to the rear part of the fuselage, wrapping up the wings themselves, horizontal stabilizer, making sure everything's lined up correctly in the right degrees, the way they should be, which is a nice touch. The intakes themselves. Next would be the exhaust nozzles and the tip of the tail, attaching the clear pieces, which I normally do last after I paint. And you can position them either open or closed. The tail hook itself, landing gear, which is a nice touch too, doing landing gear last, because if you do that first, you have a tendency to knock it off or break it when you're doing any sanding or anything like that. Or without the landing gear, you can actually opt to have the landing gear closed. Nose radome, gun pod up front, the main landing gear and doors. And in this case, you have to cut them if you want them open. Or don't even cut them and just utilize them to close up everything, so you have it closed and the aircraft's positioned in flight. Some of the cooling intakes and some of the wing pods. Looks like the Don't exactly know what those are called, but that's why you opened up the holes first, so you can locate those where they need to be. The fuel tank, center mounted fuel tank, and some of the armament, which I don't think I would put any armament on this. I just gonna leave it clean for show. And that's pretty much it. Paint call-outs. Okay. Let's look at the decals. Decals are very nice. They're printed kind of on a semi-gloss paper. Gold, really nice gold colors, very detailed. And they also give you decals for the cockpit, your main panel, and the side consoles, the instrument panel. It's a nice touch. So really, the only thing you need to worry about is painting it the correct blue. Very nice set of decals. Looks like the decals are printed by Wingman Models. And check out this shop right here. They got a lot of cool items for this bird. A lot of good souvenirs and books. Very nice set of decals. I'll be back with the kit parts. Located within the kit parts was another separate little bag, and that was a bag separating the plastic pieces. So this is one of the few F4 kits you can get in 1/72nd scale where the canopies are all separated, so you can either position them open or closed. So very nice, very clear. And no issues at all with these pieces. The rest of the parts are all bagged in one bag, as shown. And I was surprised when I took all the parts out, only one piece had broken free, and that was the nose cone. All the plastic is in what we call like a dark blue plastic. And if you look here, for 1/72nd scale, it has some very fine recessed panel lines, some rivet detail, and some raised detail. They do, like I said, give you all the weaponry and all that too. Portions of the horizontal stabilizer, part of the bottom of the fuselage with some of the gun vents. And the weaponry. Here's like the nose gear, wheel well area, and let's look at the instrument panel. Which is well representative of what an F-4F would look like. Very nice. And here's the pilots. The other one was the operator in the back. Very nice. Don't know if there's any details on the inside. Nope. So that would all be done with some side panels, I believe. So we'll look for that. Here's the next tree containing the lower and upper portions of the wings, lower portion of the fuselage. And I didn't notice any sink marks. Very fine details once again. Once again, the horizontal stabilizers in the back. Tops of the wings. And here's the cockpit tub. So here's the pilot's office and what we would call the EWO's office in the back. Landing gear panels, landing gear doors themselves. If I turn this over, see there's some details on the landing gear doors. Very nice. There's no pin marks that need to be cleaned up. Very nice detail there. And then if you look on the inside of the wing, these are those areas that if you want them opened up, you can cut them open, you can drill them open beforehand if you feel like you want those there. I would have to research that to verify first. And of course there's the Revell AG. And you can see the tooling is from 1997. Get a closer look at the wheel well, and main landing gear wheel wells. A few little hydraulic lines running in there. And some details running there too. And the last tree. And the only part that did break free was the nose cone. There that is. Okay, so you can see we'll look at the closer look at the fuselage and tail section. A lot of panels, panel lines, details going on here. Some riveting detail. Panel lining looks a little deep, but if you put a gloss paint on this, it's probably going to fill in a lot of that detail, so it's probably just right for this. You're going to go ahead and do a gloss blue finish and utilize the decals for this kit, which I plan on doing. I'm probably going to use Model Masters lacquer paints because they dry a lot faster and you're able to polish them up. There's the intakes and some details for the ejection seats themselves. The Martin Baker 7s with the grab handles, side panels of the seats themselves, tires. Landing gear, main landing gear itself, nose tires, and the nose landing gear and actuators. The intake, engine intakes look pretty cool. Turbine fans, or compressor fans. And some other details and antennas and such. And get a closer look at the exhaust cones and the inside. And there you go. That was a close-up view of the kit parts for this model kit. And you can always go to cybermodeler.com to check out the review I wrote up there. And following this video, I'll have some still shots of the parts, also some other versions of this kit that are out there. So stand by for that. Thanks for watching and happy modeling. Bye.